Most cybersecurity advice isn't wrong, it's just incomplete. And that's where the real risk is. Because in the real world, a lot of things that look secure actually aren't. And that's what catches people out. Not the obvious failures, but the quiet assumptions, the things we trust without fully understanding. Welcome to CyberMigos, cybersecurity made simple. Today, we're not breaking down how something works. We're doing something different. We're looking at the things that give organizations confidence, but shouldn't. Because in cybersecurity, false confidence is more dangerous than no confidence at all. And most organizations don't think they're insecure. They believe they've done the right things. They've implemented controls. They've followed best practices. They've passed audits. And on the surface, everything looks fine. Because what looks secure and what actually is secure aren't always the same thing. One of the most misleading moments in security comes after an audit, because audits feel like validation. They confirm that controls exist, that policies have been followed, and that standards have been met. And for that moment in time, that may be true. But systems don't stand still. Users change. Access evolves. Exceptions are made. And none of that is captured in a past audit. Because audits don't measure how security evolves, they measure how it looked at a specific point in time. And that creates a dangerous illusion that security is something you achieve rather than something you continuously manage. Because passing an audit only proves you were secure at that moment in time, not that you're secure now. When organizations feel exposed, they often respond by adding more tools, more detection, more monitoring, more protection. And on paper, that sounds like progress, but complexity increases. And those tools don't always align. They don't always share context. They don't always see the same risks. So instead of clarity, you get noise. Instead of control, you get fragmentation. And in that fragmentation, gaps can appear. And those gaps are exactly where risk could materialize, because strong controls aren't usually broken, they're bypassed. So security isn't about how many tools you have, it's about how well you understand and control what's already there. So what does effective control actually look like in practice? Let's look multi-factor authentication, MFA. It adds an extra layer beyond just a password. It reduces the risk of simple credential theft. And in many cases, it stops basic attacks completely. So naturally, people trust it. They see MFA enabled, and they feel safe. But here's the problem. MFA doesn't stop attacks. It just changes how attackers approach them. Instead of stealing passwords, attackers target the user. They send phishing links. They capture session tokens. They trigger repeated push notifications until the user accepts. And in those moments, MFA isn't protecting the system. It's part of the attack path. Because if a user is convinced, tricked, or rushed, they will still approve access. And once that happens, the system treats the attacker as legitimate. So yes, MFA is important, but it's not a guarantee of security. It's a layer. And like any layer, it has limits. But this isn't the only example, one that focuses on access. Single sign-on, SSO, which is designed to simplify access. One identity, one login. Access to multiple systems. From a user perspective, it's seamless. From a business perspective, it's efficient. And from a security perspective, it looks like control, because everything is centralized. But centralization comes with a trade-off. You're not removing risk, you're concentrating it. Now, instead of protecting 10 different applications, you're protecting one identity that unlocks all of them. And that changes the game completely, because if that identity is compromised, the attacker doesn't need to move between systems. They don't need to escalate privileges. They already have the access they need. Everything is handed to them by design. So SSO isn't inherently unsafe, but it creates a dependency. And if that dependency is misunderstood, it becomes a single point of failure. This one is quiet, but dangerous, because it sounds reasonable. And this isn't just an SSO problem. It's how systems behave over time. New users are added. Permissions expand. Integrations increase. Temporary decisions become permanent. And over time, the system you secured is no longer the system you have. That's the key. Most security controls aren't broken, they're just misunderstood, because they're treated as solutions when they're really just layers. And if you don't understand where those layers stop working, that's exactly where attackers start. If you want to understand how security really works, not just how it's explained, follow CyberMigos. Because good security isn't about ticking boxes, it's about seeing what others miss.